and welcome back to my channel. It's Ashleigh here, and today I'm going to show you guys how I transformed this Zenith record player stereo into a farmhouse style TV stand. So I picked this up from Habitat for Humanity and I absolutely loved the doors. It literally gave me a Renaissance period vibe, cathedral, all of that. Although I didn't go with that style, I had to get this piece. So now we're about to transform it and let's get started. So of course the first thing that I did is wash down the piece, so making sure I'm getting all of the dirt and grime that's on there to get this piece prepped for painting. Now that the piece is all clean and dried, I'm just going to take my critter sprayer here and I'm going to spray on a coat of primer. Now this primer that I'm using is a high bond primer, so any paint that we're going to use on top of this is going to adhere very well. I'm sweating my butt off. Sweating off. All right, so now I'm going to take my E6 and we are going to glue the doors that were in the center to the middle, since I removed the two outer doors, so that we'll have that center portion in the middle of our piece. I'm going to close it shut, clamp it, and let it dry. So now we're going to start to construct the center portion of our TV console. So all these pieces of wood that you see here are from previous projects, and luckily I had enough to fit in the center. So now I'm just going to go to my miter saw and I'm just going to start to cut each piece down to size so that we make sure it fits in that center part perfectly. After we've gotten all those pieces cut and fit into place, I'm going to now sand my piece, wipe it down, and get it ready for painting on our main paint, which is going to be the color Cashew by Waverly. So now I'm just going to dry brush over our first coat of paint with white. Before we start to stain, I'm just going to sand down my boards so that they'll be even and smooth. Now I'm just going to take my dark walnut stain and we're going to stain all the boards, and then we're going to take our glue and our nail gun and we're going to add them to the center. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I added the chicken wire to the caned window piece. I really don't know what to call it, but I mainly did it to cover up the broken pieces of cane, and using that chicken wire was perfect for covering that up, and you can't even tell that any cane is missing. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is going to take the chicken wire and I'm going to press it down into the part that I'm working with. Now I'm going to get an imprint, and then after I get that imprint, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to start to snip what I don't need on there, making sure that I leave about 1/10 of an inch off of it so I'll be able to tuck those extra parts of the chicken wire into where the cane backing is. Alright, so now we're going to start adding the chicken wire. So I'm basically just going to make sure that it fits in there, tucking it in, cutting off what I don't need, stretching out the chicken wire so that it looks perfect in each individual spot that it will be in. Now I'm just going to take my sandpaper and I'm going to start to sand away parts that I kind of got messed up with when adding the chicken wire, and we're just going to start to distress those areas. Now we have this portion here where the record player used to be that's not here anymore, and I'm just going to take this piece of cardboard that I took out earlier when I was cleaning up the piece, and I'm just going to trace it onto this piece of plywood. Then I'm going to take it to the table saw and I'm going to cut it out, and then we're going to add this portion back to where the turntable used to be, so you won't even tell that it's a turntable and it'll just turn into a storage space. So now I'm going to take my dark walnut, the same stain that I used for the center boards, and I'm going to stain this piece so that it will match with the boards at the bottom. So the best part about this whole entire piece is that the people that had this before me obviously gutted out this whole thing already. So they took the stereo out, they took the speakers out, they took the turntable out, and of course they took the backs off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some plywood that I have, measure it out, cut it out, and then we're going to add it back onto the back of the piece. And that's it. We're finished. Here's the finished product. Very farmhouse, from the chicken wire to the distressing to adding the planks. There are a lot of hidden features in this with the two side portions where you can add anything. Perfect storage space. If you do have a record player, you can add the record player by removing that plywood. The center part is good for storage or just using it to decorate. Also, this piece has been sealed with polyacrylic, the whole entire thing, especially the top, and I did 3 coats on the top of polyacrylic. And this will be perfect for any living room, your bedroom, anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.